Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight.
Merry Christmas.
Well, today's not going as expected, as is life. Kyle went to bed last night not feeling great. I let him sleep in. He normally joins me for tea, and he didn't this morning. And I went to get him up to give him his first pill of the day, and he told me that in the middle of the night he got up and got sick. So we're not really sure what's happening. He's tapering off a medication, and so I'm wondering if it's some sort of side effect. Maybe he ate something, but now I'm gonna try to see as soon as they open. I'm gonna call the cancer center and see if they can get him in to draw some blood to make sure nothing's happening there, because the drug that he's on has kept his aplastic anemia at bay, and so they're finally tapering him off after a year of being on it. So I'm hoping he's not becoming neutropenic again. That is the worry. Maybe he just ate something that made him not feel good, but gonna have to shift gears for today.
Middle of the road, it's just a feeling of a distant melody unknown. I was doing fine, I minded my own business till the day you took me home. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life, I wanna see your face. Never will I be the same again. Well, I thought I knew what life was all about. That song had already been sung.
I don't know how this day is going to shape up with how Kyle is feeling, but it was going to be a really big day, and I hope that it still is, and I'm trying to not neglect myself. I'm supposed to start pelvic floor PT today. I had surgery for endometriosis almost 2 years ago, and around this time last year, I was going to start pelvic floor PT. I had it scheduled, and I had to cancel all of the appointments because Kyle was in and out of the hospital with aplastic anemia. Try not to neglect myself, and if he's not feeling well, letting him be at home or whatever is needed so that I can still go to this appointment. It feels like overwhelming to like do this really big thing for me that like is so needed, and it feels so easy to also just like cancel it because Kyle's not feeling well. But I'm trying to show up for myself and know that we will figure it out. Kyle will be okay, and I can also take care of myself. So today is a really big first lesson in self-care for myself. I'm gonna finish getting us ready, and then we are gonna hopefully head out the door. I'm gonna drop Kyle at hyperbaric oxygen if he's feeling okay, and then I'm gonna go to my room. Okay, so I spoke with the cancer center. They're gonna get Kyle in, they're gonna do some labs and also give him some fluids and see if that helps. Thankfully, I don't have to cancel my appointment. He's feeling good enough that we're gonna take him to hyperbarics. So I got Will in the car because we're gonna be gone all day. And I'll take her out and about when we're downtown. But I'm gonna drop him off and then I'm going to pelvic floor therapy. Taking care of me. So important. On the move. It's been a little bit chaotic, but we're on the move. And Kyle is actually feeling a bit better, so that is good. All right, we made it. Kyle is going into his 16th.
Whoa.
Well, I was like, don't leave. Going into his 16th hyperbaric oxygen treatment.
Yeah.
All right, have a good session. Love you.
Love you too.
Nope, it's not that window. This one. Come here. You gotta go to this one. That's not a window. Come on. Whenever we bring Kyle to hyperbarics, we go for a walk, and right around this area, there's the window into the hyperbaric oxygen place, and they open the window and they say hi through the window. And every day, she will not move unless she goes to the window. Fortunately, they weren't there to say hi today. They had the blinds closed so they couldn't see her. Good day. Mwah. Whew. Well, that was insightful and surprisingly brought up like so many emotions. I haven't seen my pelvic floor therapist in over a year, and I feel so much positivity from having surgery, but a lot of my issues aren't resolved, which is why I'm going back to her. And man, I mean, we as women hold so many emotions in our pelvis, and yeah, it just brought up a lot. And I think needing to move through my grief and my pain and the fear that I felt with Kyle's journey, this is so much a part of it, because so much has been stored in my pelvis, and which is why I have pain so much. And yeah, I kind of don't have the words, but I am just so glad that I am showing up for myself and doing this, because clearly there are things that need to be addressed and looked at. And hopefully I can get to a place of just feeling better in my body and not being fearful of the pain that I might experience when doing things and moving through life. Man. So on that note, I'm gonna go pick up Kyle from hyperbaric oxygen, but first I'm gonna go get us a treat. He doesn't know it's coming. I got in there and they only had one left, and I got it because I know Kyle would say, you get it. I got an unigiri. Mm-hmm. So good. Now I gotta give him a different treat of some sorts. They didn't have any because they were about to close. Jump scare, it is the next day. I had a really intense reaction after I got out of pelvic floor PT yesterday and just like needed to move through the day. I picked up Kyle and I took him to get his labs and his blood work. Thankfully his labs looked incredible, so it's just probably he ate something which made him feel weird, but some fluids definitely aren't gonna hurt and are definitely helping him just feel a little more invigorated and slightly more back to himself. Yesterday was really wild. I just had a lot of revelations and like moments of ahas after my therapy, and it feels so fitting that this month I'm really focusing on how do I care for myself, and just realizing that like I'm holding and I've stored so much in my pelvis, and we all tend to. There's so much trauma that gets stored there, and it's obviously bringing up a lot for me. And when we got home last night, you know, I had a lot of conversations with Kyle in the car coming home, and what this new chapter and what going to physical therapy every week is going to look like, and doing my at-home exercises and how it's going to help me heal, and realizing that it's going to bring up so much emotional pieces to it all. Just feeling really, really tired and emotionally down yesterday when we got home. And I got a shower, and I'm standing in the shower, and I just felt so sad, and I felt so alone. And I just had this voice say to me, like, ask Kyle to come in here. And I asked Kyle, and he came in, and I just gave him like the biggest hug while I was in the shower. And I said, I just need you to hold me. And he held me. And then I went back and finished my shower, and he went back and played with Willow in the other room. And I had this feeling like a long time ago, I heard Glennon Doyle on a podcast say that her daughter came to her and said, Mom, I just feel so alone. And Glennon said, but I'm with you. Like, I'm always here whenever you need me. And she's like, no, but like, I'm so alone in here. Like, no one is in this body with me, in this brain. And that just kept like replaying in my mind, and realizing that I've felt really alone, and alone in my body, and realizing that I've been alone in the sense that I haven't been showing up for myself, that I haven't been checking in. It's just like been my mind and not like my conscious self for a very long time. And that voice spoke up and said, this is what I needed. And I honored it. And it was like a light bulb went off. It was like, I can breathe. And like, I'm coming back to checking back in with what I need, what little Rachel and me needs. And I did not expect that this month was going to go this way. And one thing that we're doing is from 7 p.m. to 9 a.m., we don't touch our phones. And usually from 7 to 9 p.m., I would just like scroll. And just having that extra 2 hours to like connect to myself, and then pair that with going to pelvic floor PT, like something cracked, something moved. And I feel really invigorated and hopeful and nervous and excited and scared and all of these emotions, because so much is moving and I'm coming back to me, and I can feel it and I can see it, and it is wild that I've neglected me. Like, I've been here the whole time, but it's all gone outward, and now like there's some coming back to me. And I've thought that I've given myself that, but I don't think I've really given myself that. I'm realizing that. I'm really intrigued about what this month is doing and what happens as I stick to doing these things for myself every single day and showing up for me. Because I feel like Rachel, who I am at my core, is like gonna finally shine and be like, I'm here. And that there's like so much vastness to who you are. And like, I already know that, but I feel like there's so much that I don't know. Like, there's an entire universe of who I am that's still inside of me, that's just like coming out as I continue to grow and honor and love myself. And it's really exciting. So if you're thinking of like, how can I show up for myself? Sit down. What feels good? What fuels you? And like, do it. Because we're only 4 days into December, and I feel like truly something really finally clicked, and something cracked in the best way possible.